Welcome to Universal Design Stories of Change. This podcast series aims to gather the experiences of persons with disabilities in Norway and internationally in order to gain a greater understanding of the benefits of universal design for persons with disabilities and everyone. We would like to thank the Norwegian Directorate for Children, Youth, and Families for their support, and the amazing team from Inclusive Creation for making it all happen. Enjoy this episode. What we'd like is to drill into those experiences of you as a woman with ADHD. How does that look?
Okay, yeah.
But it's up to you what comfort level you have with what you want to talk about. So don't feel like obligated to say anything that you're like, it's not something I'm really super happy with.
Oversharing is like a cornerstone of ADHD, so that it's not going to be an
So you are like the perfect person. I need to just interview you all the time. Yeah, so overshare to your heart's content.
Yeah.
I'll give you the recording so you can check it out beforehand and say, okay, yeah, this sounds a little bit, or this is okay. We can cut out whatever piece you don't like. But just go off. I mean, I want to hear it all. So we can just start with the, what do you think businesses could do to accommodate you as a woman with ADHD better?
Well, it always depends on the type of business it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like going to the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son who also has ADHD, and we have these little passes that lets you bring a person to I don't know the name of it in English. But I was like, yay, happy, because obviously now you only pay for a child's ticket to the cinema, save money, and it's great. But the problem is that you have to show up to the cinema and get the ticket and show the ID. And I'm like, do you know how hard it is for a person with ADHD to just plan a trip to the cinema?
Yeah.
And then you have to remember the card, because a picture of it does not help. And you can't buy the tickets in the app, which I love the app, you know? So what I started doing was just buying one ticket or buying two tickets and then go in and a little bit early, which is also hard, being early, and then kind of get a refund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Hold on. I'm wrapping my head around this because there are a lot of moving parts to that.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. To start with, the movie theater has a thing where if your child has ADHD, you can get a free ticket for the parent.
Yeah.
But the process is so complicated that it doesn't accommodate a parent who also would have ADHD.
Definitely. And almost every parent of a kid with ADHD has ADHD, whether it's diagnosed or not.
Sure.
So I get that it's also for people in wheelchairs and everyone else who needs somebody accompanying them,
But
right?
in your instance,
Yeah.
it kind of screws you over. And your workaround has been to buy a regular ticket and then get it refunded.
Yes.
Wow.
And then you try not to lose that ticket.
Yeah. You're trying not to lose the accommodation ticket.
Yeah, because they can't give it to you for some reason. I don't know. They were like, you have to give you a free ticket to the cinema, but they only have those in physical vouchers. Yeah. So that's one thing. Because we love going to the cinema, you know?
But okay, so I just want to kind of let my mind go a little wild here, because I'm also thinking for people with visual impairments, it's also a big deal, because if you're giving them a physical ticket, I'm sure it's not written in Braille on it.
Definitely
So
not.
why aren't they just doing that whole system digital first?
Exactly.
Okay,
Well,
so it's bizarre.
So we can attack the whole system of the card, because why is it a physical card in the first place? And it's not just a physical card,
Right.
but it's like a laminated piece of paper. So it's not an actual card.
Yeah.
And
Not only is it easy to lose, easy to misplace, easy to forget, it's also easy for it to get ruined.
Exactly. And if you do lose it, it took me about a year to even get to the place to do it, because you have to have a physical photo, and you have to have the paper slip from the doctor that says that you actually can get the thing, right?
Yeah. You qualify or whatever.
So just thinking about the process is I'm gonna need a few months to mentally prepare to do this.
Yeah. I mean, even me, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and I'm just like, that sounds so horribly inconvenient and frustrating.
It is. It's very inconvenient, the whole thing, and I'm just obviously, I took your course and I've done the thing, and it's like I keep thinking about these things. Like there has to be a better way to do this.
Of course. I mean, just digitizing it to start off with.
Exactly.
Like,
just create an
square
app
one,
and
yeah.
just type in the thing.
Or
and
have a
then,
PDF file, but you can just have it as a PDF. Have you thought about, can you take a picture of it and bring the picture?
That's the thing. It says you have to have it physically
Oh my
with you.
God.
So I'm like, I have the picture, but I know it doesn't. And then it just really depends on the person that you meet. That some will be like, hey, it's cool, and some won't. But according to like their bylaws and whatnot, they're not allowed to do it without their physical
Such
signature.
nonsense. So if you could reinvent the system, you would start with, give me an app or give me some kind of digital card.
Yeah. And that's for like the whole card system. But then for the cinema, I don't know. I have a profile, right? So there should be some possibility for me to just like upload a picture of the thing, and then it's like, you know. So that would be great, because we would go to the cinema like that much more if it was a lot, you know, just easier, more accessible.
Well, we can start there. So cinema is a big institution. There's a lot of cinemas in Norway. Let's talk about smaller businesses. Like, if you were to give advice to an entrepreneur or a startup, when it comes to these issues that may be completely like transparent to them, like they don't understand or see the point or the need, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, for me, I don't know if I feel a bit bad giving that advice, because I know also, especially a lot of people with ADHD, how like we're kind of limitless. You know, we don't stop and think always before we do things. We're impulsive, and that often is reflected in our personal economy.
I see, okay.
But if you're going to look at it from like a business point of view and you're trying to make money, then I would team up with Klarna ASAP.
Okay.
I swear, that's like, I make my do or don'ts when I buy based on whether or not they have Klarna.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me why. I don't get the connection.
Okay, so I'm often like behind on stuff.
Okay.
Like,
what is it about Klarna that makes you want to use it?
It's easy,
Okay.
and this is going to sound like a paid commercial. It is definitely not. It is. They really have a good, you know, business.
Okay.
It makes it so easy to, like, you know what you're paying for, you know how much you owe. The app gives you like complete control over everything you owe, and then if there's something wrong with the product, if it's a scam, whatever, then you never actually pay, because you can you have like 30 days to pay, and then you can push it forward 10 extra days.
Okay.
And if you still haven't paid it, then it's gonna take 10 days before you get like an extra fee.
Huh.
So in reality, you have 50 days to pay.
Anything you buy from Klarna.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a selected few businesses who offer like click and collect with Klarna, which means that when you just remember that you need something and you don't necessarily have the money, then you can just buy it through the app with Klarna, and then you can go get it, and then you can pay it later.
Okay. So it's about that flexibility and timing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I think, like for me, right now, my job for some idiotic reason has like their payday on the 28th, which is annoying, but okay until December.
Okay, yes.
Because who the hell wants to get paid 4 days after Christmas? You know?
Yeah.
So everyone else has like a whole extra salary before buying Christmas presents and stuff.
Yeah.
And then planning is not my forte. So if I get half taxes in November, like...
How is that going to make it till...
Exactly. So if it wasn't for Klarna, like nobody in my family would be getting Christmas
Any gifts.
Yeah.
But I've never thought about Klarna and that system as being support system for someone with ADHD.
It definitely is.
Yeah, but it's brilliant. I mean, again, it's about that flexibility and timing. And I get, the original question was about entrepreneurship. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to monetize whatever product you have, make sure you're plugging it into a system like Klarna when it comes to payment, so that you're not sitting there like in your situation not able to buy gifts for your...
And I think specifically small businesses and like startups and stuff like that will be scared to make a deal with Klarna because I know they charge for their service.
Yeah.
But I think if you compare the fee you pay to them with the money you miss out on if you don't have them as an option is, I think it's substantial, because there's so many things I would have bought, but then I come to the checkout, it's like, oh, they don't have Klarna.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just clear your shopping cart and get out. Wow, that's amazing. I've never thought about it that way. And it's also something that really meets that definition of universal design, where it's necessary for someone like you, but everyone enjoys it. Everyone uses it. I've used it, and I've not used it with the same intention.
Exactly.
So that's super cool.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, it is definitely a double-edged sword, because it also makes spending above your means very easy.
Yeah.
But I think if you I think the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I mean, it's no worse than a credit card, right? I mean,
No,
same
credit
difference.
card is definitely worse.
Okay, well, there you have it.
I've had a credit card too. I don't anymore. Yeah.
So credit cards are like the opposite of an accommodation for...
Yeah, because, I mean, first of all, it's just the card. And you tap, 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 tap. And then the fees start right away, right?
Yeah.
But with Klarna, it's like, I buy this thing and I buy that thing. And then obviously they keep checking your credit score the more you spend. So it's sort of self-limiting based on your income and all that, Because they're going to be like, you cannot afford this, so we're not going to let you use Klarna for this.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
So they're kind of wise to spending patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very cool.
Like my car broke down this summer. Oh my God, I have so much car issues. But it became a substantial amount. And I had to pay through their, I don't know, they have like some credit company that, and all of a sudden I started getting every week, like, Klarna checked your credit score.
Really?
Klarna checked your credit score. And I'm like, I haven't spent anything on Klarna. So obviously they must have gotten like notified or something that I'm spending somewhere else. So they like revoked my possibility of splitting up the payments.
Oh.
They still let me use the thing, but I can only have like the 30. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it took me a while to realize. At first I thought it was the stores. But no, I figured out that that's the thing. But I mean, it's good.
Definitely.
Because you don't want to just like pile up a bunch of...
Yeah, of course.